It was a long day today. Obviously, we had fan day, which was tremendous. Don't know how many were there, but there were a bunch, and it was a great opportunity for us to engage with our fans. And as I've said before, we got the greatest fans in the country, and they came out today in the masses. And it was good for our young guys to see the energy and the passion of our fans for this season. So that was a good thing. And leading into practice tonight, I thought the energy level was extremely high, and they were very focused. And obviously, we made some mistakes as expected, but again, their effort and their energy is really up there. Going back to the scrimmage and just briefly discussing that, after getting a chance to look at it, quarterback-wise, we don't have any separation. All of them did some nice things. Not much separation there in the quarterback spot. Defensively, going back and looking at it, I'm really proud of how hard they played, and had some turnovers, which were good. And offensively, really got into a rhythm later in the scrimmage when we went with some pace stuff and did quite a bit of that and moved the ball well. And so we're making progress, there's no question. I think special teams Saturday, we made a lot of headway in identifying some young guys that will be able to play roles, or at least hoping that they're in the right direction of helping us, in some way. So that was productive. But overall, again, back to tonight, good practice tonight, and it was fun for our kids today at Fan Day.
On the quarterbacks, would you anticipate getting it down to 2 before you get to number 1, or you think it's going to be, you're going to decide on who the guy is?
Well, that's what we're going to do. We're going to decide on who the starter is when it's the right time, and again, we're going to stay on the evaluation process as it is, and when we're ready to do that, we'll do it.
What was the focus on tonight's practice?
Going back and cleaning up a lot of things from Saturday was big. Still in the installation phase of putting in different things. They can't get enough reps of doing the same things over and over and over again, but correcting them and doing them better than they did the last time we executed the offense or defensive call. Again, very crisp, very energetic, high level of focus practice, I thought, tonight.
Just kind of, have you made some decisions as far as, positions? Like how many positions would you say are still wide open at this point?
A lot. There's a lot. Again, that's the great thing about it. I'm really enjoying watching our guys compete because they know there's still a lot of opportunities out there, and you can see that the competition is really getting tight. We've got a lot of young guys that it's about this point in time when they usually get a little better feel for what's going on, and that was really evident, Saturday as well.
How's Corey Lemonier doing this preseason?
Corey's had a really great camp. He's just really got a great first step and quickness. His pass rush is really, I think it's really kind of gone to the next level. At least he's working in that direction. We've got to continue to work on the run game with him and anchoring down that point on the run game, but very pleased with Corey.
How those young defensive tackles have kind of weathered that first week storm, and how they doing?
I think that's a good way to put it. I think they weathered it. You know what I mean? There's a lot of moving parts going on down there, and they've literally step by step. I really feel like they've gotten better. But there's so much to learn down there. It's so fast moving and so physical that it's just the journey for them is long and tough. But once they get it, they'll have it, and some of those young guys are really coming on.
Is there a harder position physically to play right away than defensive tackle because of all those things?
In my opinion, defensively, no. That's the hardest position to get a feel for. And the only way you can do it is being down there and doing it. And then all of a sudden, you look into camp, and you've been in camp 10 days, and the physical part, you start getting beat up. You're taking on a lot of double teams, and so there's a fine line in there with getting them enough reps, but making sure they're available for the next practice. So But they've had a lot of life lessons down there, I believe.
Anything new on Dyer or AJ Green?
Is Sammy Coates going to be able to get back out there and help your preseason?
Well, he's kind of like everybody, Mark. We're hoping, he's beat up, he's a little banged up, and that'll be a day-by-day situation, and we'll keep our eye on it, but we're hoping he can get back. Obviously, the sooner the better.
Anything else?
Yeah, Enrique Florence, he's somebody whose name's come up a lot, from you and from other coaches during camp. I mean, what's he been doing that's been standing out so much?
Enrique is one of those young men that always finds a way to be around the ball. He always finds a way to be somewhere in the vicinity of the ball, whether it's to get a turnover, create a turnover, get an interception, be there for the tackle. He's just one of those guys that he has a knack for being around. He has a great field presence and has a knack for being around football.